Hello, thank you for tuning in to watch Remedy This Naturally, and make sure we understand that we have options, we have choices, and we have the opportunity to be able to share with you God's pharmacy. And I look forward to being able to do that. Hey Lee, if you'll get a brochure that I gave Sandra with the menu for the restaurant, and I can use that to talk about on the show a little bit. Now, getting back to what we're in the middle of doing. February is Heart Month, and because it is Heart Month, we're talking about it. We think about Valentine's Day. We think about the month of February shaped like a heart. And what can we do to have a better quality of life and do it naturally? It's this body we live in. It's made up of different systems. And we need to take care of them so they will be able to have a better quality of life and do it naturally. We've had bukus of rain. Today's date is 2/2/2001, and it's a beautiful time. All this rain has a purpose. Sometimes we don't know what it is, but it has a purpose in accomplishing what it needs to accomplish. Sometimes it just needs to make us stop and reflect about the weather and what's going on. So I challenge us to do that. So let's talk about the circulatory system today. And then when they give me that brochure on Remedy This Naturally, the eatery that's in the middle of the store there, I think you might want to check it out. We'll go into that a little bit more when I got something in front of me I can talk to you about. Okay. The next thing, let's talk about heart disease. And cardiovascular disease refers to any disorder or condition of the heart. Okay. It's kind of neat. Let's put a little commercial in there. All right. Let's finish up the little part right here. And says the heart included coronary heart disease. Cardiovascular disease refers to any disorder or condition of the hypertension, congenital heart disease, disorders of the heart valves, heart infractions, and heart arrhythmias. All of that is very important for us to be able to realize that we need to do something about it, okay? This is kind of cool. Just flared out just a little bit with you right here. This is located at 1140 Benvenue Road, Rocky Mount. And the phone number is 977-9077. You have right there. And Remedy This Naturally Cafe. Hot lunch available Monday through Friday. Yeah, there you go. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Smoothies, cooler and bakery items available. And those items are available from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday. But in order to have someone to wait on you personally, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. is lunch is available at Remedy This Naturally Cafe. And you can come in and get you one of these little brochures. Really cool. Smoothies. And on the smoothies, what you do is you pick a base. Non-fat yogurt, non-fat Greek yogurt, or almond milk. And it got bukus of flavors here, folks. You got banana, blueberry pomegranate, agave, raspberry, watermelon, lemonade, margarito, peach, a Moscow mule, okay, ice cream, mango, pina colada, a cherry bomb, passion fruit, strawberry. And you can add in 2 flavors if you need to. So you can put in things like energy, flaxseed, whey protein, Nature's Harvest, Loving Peas, Soltix Energy, Soltix 24, Soltix Revive, and ginseng for an additional cost. And, you know, I never thought, being a person raised up on a farm, you know, we're all big meat eaters. I never thought that I would lean toward vegetarianism, and sometimes I just take a break. No, I'm not a vegetarian, but I do enjoy the different flavors that are available when it comes to, like my Loving Peas, using that for a meal. But in the cooler, if you want to go and you want to do something a little different, you can have broccoli salad, chicken salad, and there's a zesty pasta salad, macaroni salad. Why did I read some words like that and I got to roll my tongue? I got macaroni salad. Okay. Pimento cheese. Oh, pimento cheese is, as they say, to die for. In the freezer, got chicken and rice, and we have chicken and broccoli. We have baked spaghetti, sweet potato shepherd's pie, quiche, ice cream. And ice creams include lemon sorbet, coffee, green tea, spunkmoni, S-P-U-M-O-N-I, cinnamon, mint chocolate chip, salted caramel, and butter pecan. And those are things that are in the freezer and in the cooler. And it just takes a little bit for you to take it home and have something you can thaw out. Muffins. I tell you what, I'll bet you after Sandra gets hold of that muffin, I bet she will want to talk about it on the morning show. So, and would want ask about that blueberry muffin. Absolutely wonderful. Muffins, raisin bran, cinnamon coffee cake, cranberry orange nut, chocolate cappuccino, chocolate chip, blueberry, and banana nut. And the cookies. Now, the cookies are oatmeal, they're vegan, peanut butter, vegan, Ranger vegan, chocolate chip vegan, sugar cookie, regular, and there is, a white macadamian. It's a white chocolate macadamian. No. All I need to say about that, you just got to try it. If you like white chocolate and you like macadamians. And then other cookies would be peanut butter, blondie. And there's something else we have that we did not know for till Caitlin came and introduced us to the zucchini brownie. A zucchini brownie in chocolate chip. Okay, soup of the day for your information. Mondays, broccoli and cheese. Tuesday, tomato bisque. Wednesday, vegetable, and it's vegan. Thursday is chicken noodle. Friday is 3 bean, and the V stands for vegan. So check us out. Address right there, and cafe. All right. Talking about the heart. Month of February. Got a little, but It's actually shared with people today, and they said, what? People have never been in Remedy This Naturally. And not even knowing what we have there. Some of them know and come in and use the post office. And it is a contract post office. We do everything that the post office can do, except we don't sell induct stamps. We don't have postal boxes, and don't do money orders. Other than that, come in and get your postage taken care of. So heart disease, and do we have it where they can see these, or I just need to, if you go to camera 2, will that show up what I'm looking at for the audience? I just thought it's so drastic with that lightning bolt. Okay, I don't know if I'll make it any better if I move it or not. Lee, you already had anything, and I done messed it up maybe. Okay. But that right there, we talked about cardiovascular disease refers to any disorder, conditions of the heart, including cardiovascular heart disease, hypertension. I'm going quickly over these because we already did them before I read the menu. Congenital heart disease, disorders of the heart valves, and heart infections and heart arrhythmia. Those are what's considered heart disease. If you look at the numbers, cardiovascular disease statistics estimates that there are 81 million people in the United States have one or more forms of cardiovascular disease. And by that I mean you have cardiovascular would be high blood pressure, angina, pectus, heart attack, stroke, and heart failure. So all those things there, and some people have more than one of those. Heart disease, in its early stages, there are no symptoms of heart disease. And the thing that we need to be aware of is that the first symptom is usually angina, pectus, chest pain, or heart attack. So, yep, that would be good. Did you know in the United States, someone has a heart attack every 34 seconds? Wow. Cardiovascular disease and stroke will cost the United States $503 billion, and this is what, 2010. And now we're looking at 2020, 2021. These numbers are pretty old, and I hate to say they're going to get higher, but with what we're doing and what we're not doing in our diet, our stress level, it's going to happen. This year, an estimated 1.26 million Americans will have a heart attack. And those numbers are low. Overview of the circulatory system, it consists of a pump and lots of tubing filled with blood, call them the veins and the arteries. Cardiovascular issues have to do with problem somewhere in that system. A heart attack is a lack of blood flow to some part of the heart, and therefore the heart tissue dies. Got to have nourishment. Got to be able to have it available. Here's a view, and I don't know how well you can see this with the names on it. My review screen doesn't show it very clear, but if you look at this, it's a great creation that was put together to keep us going. And that little bunny rabbit that goes boom, hitting the drum and keep on marching. But we need all these things to know that there are certain parts of the heart area here. This is going to the aorta. This one over here is pulmonary, to the lungs, right here, going to the legs. You know, each part has a designation. Each one has something that's good for us to be able to do. And what is a heart attack? Coronary artery supplies blood and oxygen to the heart muscle. And see it, that was what's going over here. Heart muscles and dead heart muscles. So you have the blocked blood artery or blood flow, and you have a buildup of plaque. And you have the healthy heart, and you have the blood clot blocks the arteries. And we can't get the oxygen being carried through the blood to these areas. Therefore, we have something that was referred to as a heart attack. Okay? Did you know, in order to meet the body's energy demands, think about what you got inside of you in your chest. It's got to beat more than 100,000 times per day. 100,000 times per day. The heart pumps your 6 quarts of blood around your body 500 times a day. And heart disease is the leading cause of death for both, and does not show any favoritism, because it will not, and you'll have a heart attack for the man, you have a heart attack for the woman, and when you do, you do. Did you know the blood vessels of the human circulatory system total an incredible 6,000 miles in length? You got some roads built up inside of us, don't we, guys? The average blood cell makes a round trip through the body's arteries and veins every 60 seconds and can hit speeds of up to 10 miles per hour. In one day, your blood travels nearly 12,000 miles. And you know, if you got a vehicle and you think about this vehicle and how it has the odometer on there, and it's talking about how many miles you've traveled. In one day, your blood travels nearly 12,000 miles. So you think we need to do something to take care of this old booger bear? Absolutely. The circulatory system tubes help us understand them. And you got a little thing right here, and you got the arteries, arterioles, capillaries, venules, and veins. We got the passageway there, folks. And you're looking what's going to happen here and what we do to mess things up. Blood vessels. We have the arteries, thick, muscular vessels that carry oxygen-rich food from the heart to the cells and tissues of the body. The arterioles, smaller diameter blood vessels with thin muscular walls that branch out from an artery and lead to the capillaries. Okay, we got another thing. Keep us kind of educating us. The capillaries, the arteries, the veins, and the blood pressure forces oxygen blood out. Osmotic action absorbs the depleted blood. Your capillaries, the smallest of the body's blood vessels, walls only 1 1 cell thick, which enables the interchange of water, oxygen, carbon dioxide, nutrients, and waste products from the blood and surrounding tissue. The veins, the ventricles, small blood vessels that drain deoxygenated blood from the capillary beds and returns it to the veins. The veins are vessels that transport oxygen, poor blood, and waste products back to the heart. Because your arteries transport upper high pressure, they have walls that are much like elastic than veins. The arteries pulsate as a result of the force with which the pump of the heart new blood into them. Blood in the veins moves slowly due to low pressure. Your veins and your arteries. Why am I going into all this? Because you need to know and understand that within you is this beautiful piece of equipment that was designed to put in the beat and keep on beeping and working so it can go to the brain, it can go to the lungs, it can go to the veins, the arteries, and down to your tips of your toes. We gotta have it, folks. We gotta have it. And what a problem. What in the world can go wrong with such a large system? The heart, the blood, the tubing. You got it all. What can go wrong? Well, your arteriosclerosis, we have birthdays. What happens then? The cholesterol, the calcium, and other minerals accumulate on the inside lining of our blood vessels, and over time, kind of clog them. Look, it's normal right here. This is mild, and this is severe blockage right there. Look at it from the cut across with the carrot thing, so to speak. See what happens. Makes a difference. And when this happens, the vessels become partially or completely blocked. So not enough blood can reach the body tissue, which become starved for oxygen and nutrients they need. The process is referred to in the various ways. It could be hardening of the arteries, arteriosclerosis, a renal plaque buildup. And we get to categorize them. High blood pressure, angina, and that's chest pain due to blood circulation to the heart, a heart attack, peripheral vascular disease, poor circulation to the legs and the feet, and sad to say, some people get to experience it with a stroke. What's the underlying cause? Why is this all happening? Come back to me, Lee. Why does something go wrong? Why do we have cardiovascular issues that we need to pay attention to, preferably before they become a problem? But the underlying cause is almost without exception something we refer to as inflammation. That's usually where we're going to have the problem. As we continue, we are looking for ways to reduce inflammation. What can you do? What can I do to reduce inflammation? Reduce inflammation and you reduce the risk of what? Cardiovascular disease. So let's understand this a little bit more. You know, you probably don't want all this information that I'm sharing with you. You know, what good is it? If something goes wrong, I can get it fixed. You know, I can have a heart attack. I can have, Fred Sanford said, the big one, you know, and you go and you figure you can get patched up and you're on your way. But sometimes it's a whole lot more involved. For one, we can do things that are healthy to our heart so we can aim for a healthy heart. We can talk about a healthy heart diet. We can talk about taking some quality supplements to help in that situation. We can always drink more water because we need it. And I think if we will understand the value of fiber in our diet, then we can understand that the plumbing can be taken better care of when we do what we're supposed to do, especially with the fiber in the diet to help take out the toxins and the poisons with it. And don't just do any salt. And we need sodium in our diet. I learned something the other day, and this may be a neat little something for you. I didn't know this, but someone said someone had a case of hiccups. And what the doctor told them was the hiccups was coming from dehydration. So once they got rid of it, once they hydrated, then they were able to take care of that. No more dehydration. And the hiccups went away. I thought that was interesting. I love those trivial little things. How about you? It's cool. Take quality supplements. Drink more water. Eat more fiber. Use sea salt. Exercise regularly. And they're talking about doing aerobic exercise. That's what they refer to in the book. How many of you feel like you get enough sleep? And it's not just getting sleep. What the issue is getting sufficient sleep. Stop smoking and manage stress. Manage stress. Skimping on sleep may increase your risk of cardiovascular heart disease. Skimping on sleep may increase your risk of coronary heart disease. Sleep's important. Don't let somebody rob you of your sleep. You need it. In 2008 research, they noted that each additional hour of sleep was associated with a 33% reduced risk of coronary artery calcification and a predictor of coronary heart disease. We can do things to help lessen the negativity. I think that's important. You can just get 1 hour of sleep associated with a 33% reduced risk of coronary artery calcification and a predictor of coronary heart disease. It's important. Where do I start? Okay. Why would I be talking to you about this? What is it that Remedy This Naturally and Claiborne Holtzman have in common that can benefit you as you continue to breathe, eat, and do all these things we need to do? So, you can go back to the text there for us, Lee, for a little bit. You know, where do I start? Nourish your cardiovascular system. How? Omega-3 fish oil, vitamins C, E, and other nutrients. Coenzyme Q10, soluble fiber. And I love this thing right here. It's about clean out your arteries. Roto-rooter of the arteries will basically dictate to us how long we can live and be able to go when our arteries are clogged up. What can we do about that? We can put in the fish oil. We can put in the vitamin A, C, E, coenzyme. More and more every day I realize that I need to pick back up and quit setting to the side the coenzyme Q10. Because what happens with the coenzyme Q10 being gone or lessened, if your body's hurt or does something under straining, it needs to be able to replace what's there. It needs to do. Kind of interesting. What do you think? Let's go see what the next one says. Now, CoQ10, we need about 100 milligrams of that per day, because what it's going to help produce is cellular energy and act as an antioxidant. It also supports the optimal blood range pressure levels. As an antioxidant, CoQ10 scavenges free radicals, protects cardiac cells, and promotes the regeneration of vitamin E, another healthy heart antioxidant. Need to pay attention to it. Very, very important. What in the world? The order in which I discuss these cardiac risk factors has no relevance as to which one is more dangerous than the other. Got that? Just because we put something in a category before we put something else doesn't mean that one doesn't put you more to high risk than any other one. It does not matter if you're a fatal heart attack that's caused by high cholesterol, your low HDL, or excessive glucose. The deal is, the end result may be the same unless all of these risk factors are brought under control. So, what do you think about that? Let's talk about some things that can help. Heart attack risk factors. Risk factors number 1 and number 2. Excessive oxidized LDL and total cholesterol. All right, solution with too much LDL and total cholesterol, we need to do something about it. We can take soluble fiber and Nature's 3, cholesterol regulator, red yeast rice, and coenzyme Q10. We need those items depending on what we consider our heart. And the thing is, we really don't know there's a problem with the heart until it already manifests itself. Risk number 3, low HDL. Solution, super omega-3, EPA, exercise, get off the butt, move on, get the heart speeding up a little bit, getting it to breathe a little faster so it'll happen that way. Excessive homoepstein. Solution, cardio assurance. It has folic acid, all right. Sitting here, thinking about it so hard, and what we're going to do with it. These are risks talked about, and we got to do something to help prevent and make sure heart attack risk go back. 1 and 2, excessive LDL, okay? Risk factor number 3, low HDL. Solution needs some omega-3. And let's get some exercise going in here, okay? Then excessive glucose and excessive insulin. Solution, carbo grabbers, sugar regulators, coenzyme Q10, and diet. Folks, we all need the coenzyme Q10. We all need that one. Excessive homeostatin, solution, cardio assurance, folic acid, vitamin B12, and vitamin B6. Now this product right here, I love the Tygo. And the Super Omega is a good product as well. But excess C-reactive protein and chronic elevated CRP indicate you are suffering from a continuous systemic inflammatory state. And what did we say in the beginning up here? All of this was caused by inflammation. The Tygo, it's got the fruits we need in there. Super Omega got the energy we need in there. But heart attack risk factors, number 7, insufficient vitamin D. Finding released last year show that men with low vitamin D levels suffer more than twice as many of a heart attack. In other words, your low vitamin D puts your risk higher at a heart attack. So, solution, how about taking D3? Heart attack risk factors, elevated triglycerides, Triglycerides are fats in the blood made by our own liver from excessive carbohydrates. Ooh, 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 that one hurts, because I love that piece of chocolate. I love the starchy things. Think about it, we start a day off with cereal, all the different things, but we can take and we can help offset too much fat by using super omega-3, carbo diet grabbers, and diet, what we eat. Get rid of, and I guess the worst thing that we have, and one of the things that contributes, is a lot of the animal fat we eat. Heart attack risk, low EPA and DHA, and that scientists long ago documented that those who ingest high levels of EPA and DHA from cold water fish have markedly lower heart attack risk. So we got to make sure the cold water fish, it makes a difference. And a lot of, that one I'm going to skip, they don't have that one anymore. Heart attack risk factor number 11, excessive fibrin, blood clot, kill more than 600,000 Americans each year. Fibrogen is a compound of blood involved in clotting process. So something to help with that be enzymes and super omega-3. Heart attack risk number 12, hypertension. High blood pressure causes hundreds and thousands of Americans to needlessly die each year. HBP is not a disease, but a symptom that something is blocking the flow of blood to the extremities. And that's one of the things that helps right now is what's called blood pressure X. For reasons that relate to apathy and ignorance, along with drug company propaganda, the majority of people are walking around with a time bomb, coronary arterial cirrhosis, ticking in our chest. Many are doing nothing to prevent heart attacks. Don't even think it's a problem. You know, in this day and our time that we live in, virtually no one should be having a heart attack today. And that's what we get for back there. You can bring them back up. You know, some of this is kind of maybe a little boring, but it gets our attention when that heart causes problem, and we have not done what we should done or do so we can have what it needs to have for the best quality of life. Hopefully, some of these things we talked about, circulatory system, this is blood pressure X. We'll go backwards through the presentation. And high blood pressure causes hundreds of thousands of Americans to die needlessly each year. Okay. Fibrogen. They've changed that with another product. It's not on the slideshow. Scientists long ago documented that those who ingest high levels of EPA and DHA from cold water fish have markedly lower heart attack rates. Super omega, carb grabbers, and we need something to work with the fat. We kind of have a fat diet here in this country. We need to understand the importance of vitamin D. I like the D3. And we need to make sure we are not deficient. Heart attack, risk factors, excessive C-reactive protein, chronically elevated CRP indicates you are suffering from a continuous systematic inflammatory state. Inflammation. And cardio assurance. So it has these items in there: folic acid, B12, B6, and trimethylglycerin. Heart attack, risk factors: excessive glucose, excessive insulin, carb grabbers, sugar regulators, coenzyme Q10 diet, low HDL, get that 3 EPA, get some exercise. It's okay if we do. Heart attack risk factors: excessive oxidative LDL, total cholesterol. Fiber, important. And that cholesterol regulator is pretty doggone good. In the red yeast rice and the coenzyme Q10. Heart attack risk factors: low HDL. But still, we get some omegos back in there, folks. And we can do the exercise. You're not spending any money to get out and walk, except for shoe leather, right? Right. Low cost price to pay by walking and being concerned about shoes. You won't need them when they put you in the casket. And ain't nobody gonna know whether you got them on or you got them off when you're in your casket. So do something different about it, okay? Sure can. Excessive glucose, excessive insulin. Carb grabbers, sugar regulators, coenzyme Q10, and the diet. It's okay, have a better diet. Okay, we talked about that one. And here we go. We're going to go through all of those for you. Okay. Look at that really, really hard. Q10 helps produce cellular energy, and it acts as an antioxidant. We need it, and as we get it older and have birthdays, we need it even more. It also supports optimal range blood pressure levels. As an antioxidant, CoQ10 scavenges free radical, protects cardiovascular cells, and promotes the regeneration of vitamin E. How about if you could body could manufacture that E at the right amount it needs in the E. And you're doing it because you're taking and you're doing the coenzyme Q10. Please, we need it. It makes me remember to go get another bottle. All right, so February, Valentine's. February, cardiovascular. February, heart month. So, nourish your cardiovascular system, omega-3 fish oil, vitamin C, E, and other nutrients, coenzyme Q10, soluble fiber, and clean your arteries with the megashell. Come back to me and let me talk about megashell for a second. Megashell is a way to actually help to do a rooter within the system and cleaning the plaque out of the arteries. Years ago, I took and went for a 6-month cardiovascular cleansing of my arteries. Started out with 2 of the megashell, and 2 of the mineral maintenance. Stayed right there for a whole week. The next week, I increased and did 3 twice a day of the megashell mineral maintenance. Then 4. Actually, we worked my bodies up to about 12 a day. Stayed there for about a week, and then I backed off 1 a week till I got back down to, I was just taking a maintenance dosage of 1 twice a day. When I did that, and it was about the 4th week into it, it was almost like somebody had turned on the switch. And I had energy that I had never had before. And looking at this and thinking about this, I kind of think it would be important to consider doing it again. At least make sure I'm taking lecithin every day. Doing the lecithin should be less expensive, but it's just I got so good result when I did this years ago. And studying this here kind of brings back things. It kind of says, hey, what do you need to do? How do you need to do it? What's important? What is important is this body I live in has got to keep on going. And that little ticker, that heart, that is taking and pumping all of those numbers, wherever those numbers at. Go back to, let's look at these numbers, yes. Circulatory system consists of a pump and lots of tubing filled with blood, okay? And the reason to think about doing something like this is very simple. In the United States, someone has a heart attack every 34 seconds. Cardiovascular disease and stroke will cost the United States government $503 billion, and that was in 2010. And so, got to keep on doing it, and doing it, and doing it, and doing it. Because the meat of the man, of your heart, it must beat more than 100,000 times per day. The heart pumps your 6 quarts of blood around your body 500 times a day. And the leading cause of death of both men and women is heart disease. And just to reiterate, the blood vessel of the human circulatory system total an incredible 60,000 miles in length. The average blood cell makes a round trip through the body, arteries and veins every 60 seconds and can hit speeds of up to 10 miles an hour. One day, your blood vessels, your blood travels nearly 12,000 miles. Think about the COQ10. Think about the different supplements and foods that are good for a healthy heart. Going to come back. We started the show with Remedy This Cafe in the same facility that Remedy This naturally is, and the Bienvenue Postal Remedy there to meet your postal needs. But this is hot lunch available Monday through Friday, 11 to 2. You also have your smoothies, your coolers, and your bakery items available Monday through Saturday, 11 to 5. And available to you are smoothies. You can add to them and get a good one. I like them. Hot lunch options. There are things that are in the cooler, and then there are things that are in the freezer. Pick your choice. Muffins, cookies, brownies, soup of the day, On Mondays, broccoli and cheese. If you're listening to this later tonight or Thursday, most time, chicken noodle soup. Need to tell you that on Wednesday so you'll get it then. Folks, it's been wonderful. Sometimes it just seems like this could be so boring, insignificant, unless you've suffered a heart attack, unless you have to have something to change your life and your health. I trust you will. I'm Claiborne Holtzman from Remedy This Naturally with 1140 Bienvenue Road, and asking you to consider God's pharmacy that was made before we were, and we were made in the image and likeness of Him. So let's prove our worth of His love and aspiration of making us available. Take care. God bless. I'm your host, Claiborne Holtzman. Bye.
Of our customers and take pride in our products and service. People who love a job well done. With 2 locations to serve you in Infield and Rocky Mount, we're easy to find and easy to do business with. Premier service, premier parts, premier employees, premier equipment. Now selling Massey Ferguson at our Infield location.
Buying a Toyota should be as fun as driving one. This is Trey Turner from Rocky Mount Toyota, where we've made the car buying process simple. Get straightforward pricing on all your favorite Toyota models, so you can skip the hassle and the haggle and get back on the road in no time at all. Plus, enjoy the peace of mind that comes with our complimentary lifetime warranty, unlimited time, unlimited miles. Come see me today at Rocky Mount Toyota or shop online at RockyMountToyota.com.
Andrew Rube Foster was an incredible pitcher in his prime. He was perhaps one of baseball's all-time greats. Andrew Foster turned pro in 1900 and earned his nickname Rube by outdueling the great pitcher Rube Waddell in an exhibition game. In the 1920s, Andrew Foster became the mastermind behind the first African-American baseball league in the nation, called the Negro National League.